Hey guys, it's Trace Face. I'm attempting to go live. I hope that some of you will be able to join me. It's a strange time. I just got done with some appointments today. And I wanted to try and speak to you guys on the subject that has kind of come to mind for me. And I know many people could probably relate to what I'm about to talk about. Something I have really taken notice on is how unfortunately you start to look back at your life and you look back at some of these characters that you've tried to help in your life, and you're realizing that you've taken on some experiences and some people that you probably weren't equipped to take on or didn't even have the tools nor the knowledge to take on. And hi guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm in a rented room here for today, and I'm realizing that the sun's like shining right on me, so let me just try to get rid of that. Yeah, so one thing I kind of like really picked up on the last few days was this unfortunate thing I discovered in myself, actually. And I wanted to kind of like leave this open to you guys for discussion and for topic, and see what you guys think about it. But I noticed this unfortunate, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and I'll share it with you guys what I said to her. I said, I'm afraid that I'm always going to be attracted to the wounded man. And I stopped myself and I said, you know, looking back at my life and the people I have sort of taken on as were really like projects, if you think about it, you know, and I started to say to myself, like, what is that really? In all actuality, like, what is that, you know? And my sister-in-law said to me, she's like, because that's your nature. Your nature is that you want to take care of people. You want to help people. You want to make people feel better. You don't want to see people suffering. You don't want to see people feel bad, you know? And that's all true. But I really don't want to take that on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to continue doing that. And so what is this? You know, like, what is this dynamic that's actually going on? You know, are they attracted to us because we like to fix? We like to fix? Are we attracted to them because we see them in the darkness and we're like, oh, hey, no, come on over here. It's better over here. See, come on now. Let's be over here because I'm happy and we got things to do, and this world that I'm living in is so much happier and better, and so come here, I'll show you, you know. And then as we're showing them, now we don't even realize it, but you know, are we bringing them to the light, or are we living in their darkness? Right? So it's interesting. It's interesting. This thing that you start to think about, and you're like, where is this? What is this dynamic? You know, and it's a fine line. I feel like it's a fine line that you're trying to figure out. I noticed that I noticed this recently. You know, trying to help out somebody in my life, and I'm not equipped to handle what's going on with this person. This person's going to bring me right into their crazy dysfunctional world. And all I really was kind of sort of setting out to do was to help initially. I saw a person that needed help. And I see where it's going to go if I continue to allow this dynamic to happen. Yeah, and exactly, Stevie, you can't save someone that doesn't want to save themselves. You can't force the darkness to come live in the light. The darkness comes over to the light, and they'll do a little dance with you and have a drink with you and have a good time, and then they'll go home back to where they want to be, and to be quite honestly, where they belong. you know? So it's interesting. I found myself saying, like, you know, I hope that's not the case. I hope I'm not doomed in finding people that I take on that you know, for some reason, this thing starts happening where, you know, they find me, or do I find them, or what's going on, you know? I also just had a great session with a client, and we were talking about, and I just lost my train of thought. I don't know what we were talking about. What were we talking about? I think I was going somewhere about losing yourself, and I lost it. I lost the thought. Yeah, you know, I mean, I think that at the end of the day, it's one of those things where, oh, I know what it was that I was going to say. You can't let your emotions rule, especially after coming out of the situations all of us have come out, you know, we've come out to the other side and we've realized things. We cannot let situations rule our emotions, or our emotions rule us. We now have to start thinking with logic. It's got to be about the logic, right? Yeah, exactly. If you aren't in control of your own emotions, someone else is going to be. And I'm right with you on that, Jack. It's safer to be single, and it actually has been much more peaceful for me. Hi everyone. So yeah, it's like I'm not going there again. I'll be damned if I go there again and fall for the wounded man. Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Now, can we like people? Can we be attracted to people? Can we have chemistry with people? Of course. And you know, studies prove that love and chemistry sometimes, you know, think about it, guys. Chemistry makes bombs. Chemistry makes bombs. So chemistry doesn't always mean it's a good thing. You know? And I say, if you see signs and you see red flags, people make these little comments that stick with you. And you're like, oh, there it is. Well, then go home. Go home and start the sticky note exercise before you get yourself into some serious trouble. You know, studies also prove that the more time you spend with someone, the more you're apt to, you know, to end up being with that person or having something with that person, especially if you are, you know, if you're attracted to them and they're attracted to you and you're spending time together, well, things are going to happen, you know. Anyways, I wanted to leave this kind of open for discussion. What do you guys think? Which way is it? Are we attracted to the darkness? Or is the darkness attracted to the light? Is it a little bit of both happening? You know? And are you guys in agreement with me that in these situations where you're realizing, all right, you know, here's my boundaries, here's what I'm actually gonna allow in my life again, and here's what I cannot. Here's what I cannot. Yeah, Chris, I'm definitely going to do I probably am going to do a series because there's so much to talk about with narcissism in the workplace. Yeah, artist lover, I think that's exactly what it is. It's unfortunate. But you guys, this is the most important thing I've recognized. You have a big heart, right? You have a really big heart. So you're coming from an authentic place. Well, the toxic person is not coming from an authentic place because they're toxic. So they have motives, most of them, or they're not in a good place because they're toxic. So, you know, you can't have authentic and non-authentic. It's not gonna be good. Nothing good's really gonna happen there, you know. Yeah, I know, you know, and it's interesting. The dark is attracted to the light. And yes, codependency, that's another huge thing. I know. Now, guys, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of channels out there that are trying to say that we are all codependents. No. Guys, I work with some of the most intelligent, and I'm talking, you know, people that have licenses, people that have medical practices, people that are, you know, lawyers, doctors, you name the profession. I've worked with you. And for some people, this literally just, they never experienced anything like this before in their life until, you know, that one person came along that they started to date or that they had in the workplace, and they're like, what the heck is this? It's not like they were, you know, going around looking for projects. All right, so this can literally happen to anyone at any particular time in their life. It's comparable to, you know, it's comparable to just basically waking up one day and, you know, now all of a sudden you're living here now. And yesterday you had a different house. How did I get here? You know, it's like you had a brain, what do you call it? You had a, I can't think today. Can you guys notice? You guys notice I'm completely brain dead today? I had a lot of sessions today. Anyway, so yeah, let me know what you guys think. This is a great video. It's going really, it's going in a really great direction. Yeah, it's like we have had a brain injury. We woke up, and we don't know where the heck, we don't know who we are. We don't know anything. That's literally what it's like when all of a sudden you wake up to the reality of, this is my life. You know, you that moment when you went through their phone and you might as well have died that day. Big part of you died that day because you realized you're in the Truman Show. Everything around you is a big fat joke, you know. So, oh, I didn't realize that my shirt was unbuttoned. Who do I think I am? The narcissist? Sorry, guys. Anyways, I'm in a really silly mood. So you guys, why don't you ask me some questions when I go live? I like to, I just noticed that because I really hate these videos. I kind of admire the people that have the channels that you don't see their face, because you have to sit there and stare at yourself while you make these videos. And it's really annoying. I don't know if you guys notice that sometimes I tend to like shift around and look around because I feel like I'm talking to myself and I'm looking at myself, and it's really weird. Thoughts on cognitive dissonance. So yeah, the channel, I'll probably actually do another video where I'll announce this too. I want to make mention that the channel is my place to be able to help people, as many people as I can, and get the message out there. And the sessions I have with you are for more individualized, coaching through your situation. But I do save a lot of the stuff that, a lot of the techniques I learned and a lot of the classes I took in my own time, in my own research, in dealing with cognitive dissonance and trying to get your brain to also, because I talk a lot about the spiritual stuff, but I also agree that the brain has a lot to do with it. The brain's a very complex, organ, and it's difficult to figure out sometimes where things are coming from. But there's exercises that you can do for cognitive dissonance that truly do work, and I do share that with the people that I am coaching. That if you're interested, you can contact me. I'll tell you what my fees are right now. And but in terms of just in general, the cognitive dissonance, yes, it's very real, and it's you have to like almost reprogram your brain to stop doing it. And You can check out my video, Narcissist and Sticky Notes. That's a great exercise to do for cognitive dissonance, and I would advise all of you to do that. If you haven't seen that video, look up Traceface Traceface Narcissist and Sticky Notes. I just feel tired about the whole life with the narcissist. Do some narcissists not like to argue? Yeah, some of them aren't argumentative. Some of them are quiet and don't like to argue and don't like conflict, but they torture you in other ways. They're sneaky, or they'll do something else that's abusive covertly. Yeah, they're not necessarily always like the loud, boastful, I got to be the center of attention. The coverts especially can be very, very shy, very quiet, very reserved, anxious people. Don't want to walk on anyone's coattails because they're trying to portray this image of themselves, and they don't want people to know what they really are deep down underneath it all. Oh man, I know all about that, Lindsay, the exhaustion. How many of you for years would literally have enough energy to come home from work, eat supper, and crawl into bed and literally shut your eyes or drink yourself into a state of mind where you hopefully shut your eyes and don't think, so that you can just wait for the alarm to go off in the morning and do it all over again? I can remember one time literally sitting in bed like, is this ever going to stop? Is this going to be my life forever? And at the time, I was surrounded by narcissism at its fullest. I had my bosses, all my bosses in the last 20 years. I had one boss that was not that way. I was with the same company for 10 years. And the people I had to work for, it was a narc mentality. It was narcissist number one at the top who hired director narcissist number two, and it all came, it all trickled down, the narcissism. The saying, poop trickles down. The caca trickles down. It does. So between that, the relationship, family members, things that were going on around me, friends, they were all around me. At one point, they were sucking me dry. And then I would have these like morbid thoughts going to sleep. Literally, I wrote a song about it. I would picture myself dead in a coffin where nobody could bother me. And that's how I would get to sleep. I would pretend I was dead in a coffin. And I could hear people all around me, all of the narcs. Tracy, where is Tracy? Where is she? Where is she? And I'd be sitting there going, I'm dead, y'all. Can't get to me now. I mean, that's sick. I mean, this is the place, like these are the morbid places you start going with all this chaos and their dysfunction that they've brought into your life. You start becoming dysfunctional and morbid, and I mean, yeah, it's awful. It's awful when you think about it. So I'll leave it open for a few more questions here that I could help anybody with. Hello. I really lucked out renting this room today. Wow, I got a big echo going on. Yeah, Mike. I know, right? Putting crap on ice cream still tastes like crap. When do we heal after the narc? Oh, man. I believe that you heal. I just said this to with the last session I just had today. I believe, honestly, the narcissist came into our lives because it was for the solid reason that it was supposed to get us on a track to something else, to something we were really supposed to be doing, to something greater. It actually was a blessing, because I have seen people come out of this through sessions, through coming on the channel, through prayer and fasting, and had miraculous experiences and transformations that happen. And this is now like a transformation happening. When you come out of something like this, you realize that life is so unbelievably precious, and you have an opportunity now to do something that you've always wanted to do, or to say to yourself, you know what, I don't really like this job. I don't want to be here. Or I really don't want to have a relationship right now, so I'm not going to be in one. Or I really don't feel like talking to this family member, because every time I get on the phone with them, they bring me down because they're negative and I don't want to listen to them. So it's like you have these major realizations with like who you want to keep in your life, who needs to kind of go at arm's length, who needs to go period, and how am I going to restructure my life again? And as you're exhausted, a lot of us, we're exhausted still dealing with all the feelings that still remain after something like this. You still have feelings, and you still have emotions, and you still have things that you have to work out with you, and it's hard freaking work. It's such hard work. And some days you're lucky if you even got out of bed, got yourself dressed, because you would rather just hide under those covers and not deal with any of it. And that's why many of us drank. That's why many of you started, getting addicted to prescription medications and all kinds of things that were happening to try to numb out. And what all that did was just stuff it down and down and down, so we didn't have to deal with it. Even staying with the narcissist is stuffing it down and down and down, so we don't have to deal with it. When you finally start to deal with it head on, and you start getting coaching sessions, or you start, taking better care of yourself, and it's baby steps, or you start, you start dealing with it. You start dealing with the reality. Now you're doing the work. Now you're doing the hard work. And it's not easy. I woke up today, I was exhausted. I woke up at 6 o'clock. I had a lot I have to do today. My day is not even close to being over, and I don't even know what time it is, but it's not even close to being over. I know I have more appointments tonight, and I have to head over to the mall and get my computer fixed. I woke up today and I was just like, I don't have energy for like any of this. And then, as you guys know, something can literally switch. Something can like switch in an instant, where you're like, you know what? I was driving over here today. I had a bunch of appointments I had to go on this morning before I had coaching sessions. And then I just felt good. I felt really good. So remember, guys, this too shall pass. And it always does. The hell that you believe you're living in right now, it's not going to be hell. Sometimes it's just going to be a moment. It's going to be a quick memory, a quick flashback. It's going to be, it's going to be over. I promise you that. Please don't ever think that this is your reality and you're going to lose hope, and that there's no light at the end of the tunnel, or you're not going to see progression happen for you in the next year. Because let me tell you something, God blesses people. God truly blesses people. I have PMS, so excuse me, but I wanted to share with you guys that I walked into this library today. I haven't been in this library. This is the Warwick Library, which I used to live around the corner from. And I remember coming in here 4 years ago, working for someone that was killing me. The job was killing me. I felt so dead. And I remember at that time feeling like, God, I wish I could just think of some business. I wish I could just do something else that I know I'd be really good at, and not have to work and work for myself. And I walked in here today and I couldn't believe it was happening. I couldn't believe it. I was like, it really happened. It finally happened. And God's gonna bless you guys too. He really is. God blesses people that have the right intentions and have a really good heart. He blesses you. And I'm seeing it happen with so many people I'm working with right now. That's why I'm really emotional, because it's like the worlds are all colliding. People are finding one another. People come in, we've all come into each other's lives for a reason. You meet people for a reason. People come into your lives for a reason, you know? Stuff is huge. So please understand that you're going to be blessed. You didn't go through all that for nothing. You didn't. And I just saw that really quick. I love when you start shouting in your videos. Yeah, I can't help it. I get very passionate about all this stuff, as you guys can clearly see. I think that was one thing I remember about some of the YouTube channels I had started watching that I equate to getting me out of my abusive and wasted years of a marriage. I wish that those people that I really looked up to, I wanted to know more about them and their stories, and that's kind of why I did the channel the way I did it. I could have done it in a sense that I was just literally giving the information, but I'm a very personable, I'm very I wear my heart on my sleeve. I can't help that. That's who I am. So I said to myself, I'm gonna lay it all out there. I'm gonna spill my guts out with all of it. I'm gonna start from right where I'm at. And as many of you know, I started right as I filed for divorce, and I had enough. And you guys saw me go through all those stages. And I thought that would be interesting to go through all that and to let people watch that, you can literally be at one place and a year later be at a place that you dreamed of, a place that you always imagined, So God blessed me for sure, and you guys blessed me for sure. You guys really did, and you guys helped me. You guys pulled me out because you gave me a purpose, and you told me to keep going. You told me I was helping you and to keep doing this. So I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm going to keep finding ways that we're going to make this stop. So I love you guys so much. From the bottom of my heart, I love you guys. Thank you so much. This week in particular, I reached a record of clients that I had sessions with. I reached a record. I've never had this many clients before, and I'm so happy. It's a blessing for me to try and help someone. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of all this with me. And thanks for joining the live session with me. And I will be back in touch with you. I'm going to go get my computer fixed so I can have more room and space on my phone so I can be making more videos. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to all of you very soon. If you're interested in doing sessions with me, it's tracefaceit@gmail.com. And the prayer and the fasting, I still am looking for more people for the prayer and fasting. People that are in South Africa and or oh my gosh, Egypt. I don't know if it's the same time zone. People out in Egypt or that air, that time zone. I'm so bad with the names of the time zones. Please contact me if you're out that way. If you look up what Egypt's time zone is, I need more people for that group because we're going to be starting that. I believe next week, if I can get enough people, and or I'll do it the following week. But yeah, if you're interested in doing prayer and fasting, I've seen miracles happen with this, guys. I really have. I'm not making it up. People have stories of things that happened to them during prayer and fasting, and it's pretty incredible, of literally like this thing getting shed off of them, this hurt, this pain, this suffering. So contact me. It's very affordable, that prayer and fast. I dedicate 10 days that we all join each other via, I think I'm going to use, I don't know if Zoom, I'm not sure if Zoom is free. got to look into that because I pay for it for my sessions, but I don't know if it's free. But if not, we're going to do Skype. We usually do Skype, and it's 10 days that we all call in, and we pray. We talk for 15 to 30 minutes tops. I go over a lot of scripture with folks and things that I know. I structured it so we work on getting delivered from our addictions, from the narcissist, from the pain, from the suffering, from the soul ties. Okay, I think I've spoken enough. I had a lot of coffee. I'll talk to you guys very soon. I'm Trace Face. It's time we all face the truth together.